Hello.
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 Welcome to this Zoom about the Club Cantar 1 year after. I will let some minutes to let the last people to connect to the Zoom. We have a few more to come. Okay. I think that's okay. We can start the Zoom meeting about the Club Cantar, and I will let Stéphane Boucher speak
Hello.
about this.
Hello, everyone. Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to this Club Cantar Zoom meeting. My name is Stéphane Butcher. I'm a production sound mixer, and I'm a Cantar user, of course, and I will be your moderator today. So we are very happy to see so many of you joining us from all over the world to talk about the evolution of the Club Cantar, and it has become much more than a support program for your recorder. It has become a real sound community, and I'm so happy for that. So let me introduce the people who make the Club Cantar possible. First of all, Gilles Dehay, founder and of the Club Cantar, general manager, administration and global coordination. Hello, Gilles.
Hello. Hi, guys.
We have Pierre Michou, subscription manager, administration and customer relations. Hello, Pierre.
Hello. It's
We have
nice to put faces on name.
exactly,
Actually.
exactly. Pascal Grière, software developer, coding and debugging specialists. Hello, Pascal.
Hello, everybody. Hello. Nice to see you all.
Yes. And we have Frédéric Monja, hardware specialist and maintenance engineer. Hello, Frédéric.
Hello, nice to see you all.
And we have Yves-Marie Omnes, who is a sound production sound mixer, beta tester, and technical consultant. Hello,
Hello,
Yves-Marie.
everyone. Yeah, hello.
Yeah. So before we dive in, here is how we will run today's meeting. We will start with a quick overview of the last numbers and talk about options, repairs, and what's been happening during 1 year. Yeah, it's 1 year now. And after that, we will open the mic for some questions. Feel free to use the chat at any time for quick questions only and for quick answer. But if you have a specific question with more details, please hold on until the end. We'll have a Q&A session. I think it's going to be like 1 hour Q&A session, and we can have the time to discuss. So first of all, we will talk about the Club Cantar, the evolution. As you know, the Club Cantar was created to preserve, support, and extend the life of the Cantar recorder, a machine that many of us consider legendary, and we are really good users. Over the past 12 months, the Club Cantar has grown internationally, welcoming new users, rental companies, and sound mixer from many countries, including actually Asia. Mixers who once thought that about selling the Cantar and now choosing to keep them, repair them, and upgrade them. And some of them even bought some second-hand Cantars, which clearly show us the value of this initiative. So today, Club Cantar have become one of reliable technical, financial, and human structure that offer repairs, spare parts, and research. And the first question I wanted to ask now is for Yves-Marie. Yves-Marie, as a production sound mixer and beta tester, would you say that thanks to the Club Cantar that you can keep using your recorder that you consider, I think, one of the best in the world, right?
Oh, God, yes. Yes, I use the Cantar since now almost 20 years with the Cantar X2 and then the X3. And I was so involved all these last years when the X3 was on the market at the beginning that for me, it will be extremely complex for me to change the machine right now. Because, I mean, if we are honest, if we need to change a machine, it's only a sound device that we can bought right now. So yeah, I mean, for me, have the Club Cantar was a very important goal, and this is why I was so involved to help and to create the Club Cantar with Gilles, Pascal, Pierre, and Frédéric. And it's absolutely necessary for me that we keep alive this recorder as long as possible. Definitely.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So, thank you. Let's talk about first a little bit about the financial and membership figures because, well, you guys are membership. A lot of them are membership here in this Zoom meeting. So let's look at the numbers, and because they clearly show how strong and healthy is the Club Cantar. I think we have over 156 subscribers worldwide, and we have a lot of other numbers. And Pierre, can you took us through these numbers, please?
Yeah, actually, 156 subscriber doesn't mean 156 machines. It's a total of more than 300 machines that have been registered with rental houses in France that have paid for like 30 machines each. Obviously, they had a little discount because 30 machines is a lot of money. So over the years, we didn't know it would be a success. Honestly, we were not counting on that amount of people and amount of money. So we got a total, as I said in the last newsletter, a total of 128,000. No, yes, 128,000 euros. And with that amount of money, we obviously we spent it in terms of percentage. Let's say 35% of that amount is used for administrative tax. Administrative meaning, for example, the money I get for doing the work I do every day. Accounting. The club is run through TDM Audio Pro. So which means all of the structure of TDM Audio Pro is dedicated to, part of the structure of TDM Audio Pro is dedicated to the Club Cantar. So a certain amount of your subscription goes to help TDM with that. Okay, so that's approximately 35% of the money is for this part of is for administrative. Then we have a big chunk of the money that has been used to manufacture and study new parts, like the front selector boards, like the new line out board that is in the process of being manufactured. We've also bought some Dante cards for Dante upgrade. We bought some new screens for the display. We had some glass manufactured. So all of this is approximately 30% of the 128,000 euros. We also have 12% that has been dedicated to let's say, I don't know, electronic research and like, for example, Frederick, a former engineer for Atom Digital, and the guy who, one of the guys who designed almost all of the boards on the Cantar, has been working on redesigning, for example, the line out board. So that has a cost, and he spent quite a number of hours to redesign this board, as well as a front selector board. And then we have some money left. 25% of this amount is a piece of money that we need to do something with. and we're waiting for new subscription as well. But basically, it just showed that we had enough money for this year, and we have a bit left to continue, and we have new project. But
We will talk about that project later, right?
yeah, yes, yeah, definitely. But it just means that yeah, it's a successful story, and we're happy with that.
Okay, good. Thank you very much, Pierre. So that was the financial part, and to let you know, guys, that everything is working really, really fine at the Club Cantar. We have a small part now talking about the options. This is something new over the past year. Every subscriptions included a 6 months demo license, unlocking all the 6 options. And the Club Cantar is happy to announce that this policy has been extended, right, and improved. Pierre, can you tell us a little bit more about that?
When we first started in January, when you all of you subscribed, we didn't offer the option, but for the first few months, we had a lot of requests about options, and we were very cautious about with the options because of legal matters with Atom Digital, etc., etc. But after 4 or 5 months and the demand of option, we decided to say, okay, we're going to give the option. We're not going to make money of this, no legal, whatever. We're going to give the options. So we came up with this demos option, which is made for 6 months. We were in February. So we said, okay, we're going to give 6 months until the end of the year, 2025. So all of you guys got an email. All of the subscribers that had subscribed in July got an email with the license keys. And then for every new subscribers, we send them, every time they subscribe, we send them a 6-month option. So basically, we're at a position now that 6 months after, we have a lot of people whose options are running out. But it's time for them to subscribe again. And when they'll do, they'll get a full year license for their machine. And then we have people who subscribed since July. So we had people who subscribed yesterday. And for those people, we're sending a full year option. And for the people between, let's say, July and December, some of them, they're going to have their option run out in 2 months, 3 months. We don't know. They should look at their Cantar screen and they'll see the numbers and the day remaining. For those people, we'll try to send them new options for them to have all of their options until the end of the subscription.
You mean
I don't
a
know
new
if
license,
I'm clear,
right?
but we don't know. Yeah, sorry,
No,
Stefan.
I was saying that you mean when you say option, you need a license to
License, yeah,
continue to
options.
continue the options
To continue the options.
until the end of the year. Yeah.
Exactly. So basically, we want from now on, we want everybody to have a 1 year, license
For
option
all of the 6 options.
for everybody. Yeah.
Yeah,
Very good.
basically the full option are now linked to your subscription, your 1 year subscription.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you very much, Pierre. That was the little part. Yes.
Yeah, what I wanted to say is, I don't know if it was really clear, but if somebody now has a option that will run out before the end of the subscription, they just have to let us know, and we'll extend them until the duration, until the end of the current subscription.
Very good. Thank you, Pierre. Let's talk a little bit now about the repairs and the technical achievements. That's the big part, I think, of our Zoom meeting. So one of the greatest success of the Club Cantar is the repair capability, of course. And so many machines that were once considered not repairable can now be restored. new spare parts, sorry, and are being manufactured, redesigned, and stocked exclusively for members, right? If I may, including display screens, selector boards, bumpers, mechanical kits. So a lot of different parts and a lot of new capability for the Cantar users. So Gilles, now for you is the question, Gilles, when the Club Cantar started, do you imagine that we would be able to repair so many complex failures?
Micro, Gilles.
Sorry, some guy. Not at all. Not at all. Because I spoke to the former guys at Aton, and every really complex failure on the motherboard was solved by changing the motherboard because they had some motherboard. We have few motherboards and we have to save them. So we are trying at every fixing. We are trying to solve the issue to save the motherboard. So we had
So
hard work.
so Gilles, that is the kind of failure that can now be repaired that previously could not be fixed, right?
Yeah, especially on big components like FPGA or processors. This is hard component to change, and we have a partner for that, which is called Itancia in France. They are able to change the typically the FPGA, which is a LGA 6079 pin package. Really hard to change, but we succeed doing that for a customer in Asia. And I talked to Frederick. We spoke with Frederick, and he said, at this time we did just change the motherboard. We never tried to do that. And with the Club Cantar, we have to do that to save machines. So I'm quite impressed of what we can do now, especially with our partners, but also because of Atomos and the stock they give us. The stock they gave us, and especially the testing machine that you can see there, and the special test benches around there. So I think we are almost able to fix anything for now in the Cantar.
I wanted to ask you this question. Is there
Yeah.
still some issues that you cannot repair at all that is impossible now, today?
Except a broken motherboard for now, I think we can do anything. I think we can do anything. Because we have the spare parts, the technical knowledge, the help of Frédéric and Pascal. So we are able to fix almost everything on the Cantar for now.
Can you talk a little bit about the new parts, the new maybe the A box or anything that now it's possible to make with you guys, or
Yeah.
is it too early to talk about it?
Maybe no, it's not too early to talk about that. But I wanted to come back to January and let explain how many machine we did succeed to repair.
Yes, please.
Yeah. So
You have a presentation, I think, right?
Yeah, if Marie, you can send it out. Here it is. So to summarize the repairs carried out this first year, we classified in 3 categories. We call that comfort, critical, and terminal, which is quite expensive. Comfort is like buttons, mechanical parts, all this stuff, bumpers. Critical refers to important button like the main crowns, the SD slots, the microphone input, the 48 phantom power. And critical refers to machine that, in example, doesn't boot anymore, with broken screen.
Terminal, you mean?
Yeah, terminal, yeah. Like broken screen or black screen, which doesn't let you use your machine. So since January, we make I think around 30 machines, something like that. And as you can see on the slide, some have really quite big issues, especially on X3, around 20 machine where without the club Cantar, this machine will be thrown off in the trash bin because it will not be fixable. So we succeed to repair all these machines. And as I told, especially with the expertise of Frederic and Pascal, and also Itancia, our partner for changing the component, and Atomos, for sure, because of the stock. We also build a large stock of components. Every month we are stocking a big part of components, like I don't know, voltage converters, SRC converters too, and we are producing also, as you know, some parts like screen, I mean glass on the screen. I printed some transparent caps for the buttons, which are not available in the market. So all this story makes us really happy to fix any machine we had in my lab for until now. So I think this is the best thing with the Club Cantar, that we are now able to fix everything.
Okay, thank you, Gilles. Can we can someone talk now about some project that you have about new spare parts, or maybe it's not project, maybe you now can manufacture some of the parts. Can someone talk about that? I don't know if it's you, Gilles, or someone else.
Yes, I think Pierre is going to answer this question well.
About the idea of manufacturing new parts. Basically, it's mostly electronic boards, and with the help of Frederic, we've launched. Right now, we have the line-out board. We are currently having a new boards design. I mean, Frederic designed a new board, which is the same than the old one, but with some more protection added to it, to make sure that we don't end up with a burned motherboard because of anything coming through the SUBD25. So Frederic designed the new board, and we're currently in contact with the Atom Digital former subcontractor, to manufacture this board. So I don't know exactly when they will be available, but I hope within the next month and a half, 2 months,
Okay.
we'll be able
And
to
what
have
about
that.
what about some typical parts that can be broke, like the crown or something like that? Do you have this kind of
So
part?
the crown is a mix of electronic and mechanic. Very often, when we announce that we had new crown, people say, I want one, and I'm like very cautious about that. I'm like, your crown is fine. Mechanically, it is fine. The problem you encounter with the crown is the electronic, and that's not a problem anymore because we have new boards for that. So it's very easy to upgrade crowns, and I know that Ryan and Mike Paul, they might have done some in LA already because they got some boards from us.
Yeah, so you
And
say
I
you're
even
basically
we
saying what you're saying is not like a mechanical physical, it's just electronic, the little part that is inside
it's the
the
electronic board within
yeah,
the crown that needs to be replaced.
yeah.
So it's not. I'm not saying we don't want to sell main selectors complete,
Mhm.
but and we could actually, because from the parts we got from Atomos, there were some selector kits that include all of the parts. So that's maybe like 20 selector kit from Atomos. And then we got some from Atom Digital former subcontractors. So we have everything to make new crowns. But personally, I like to keep those for somebody who drops a Cantar, a crown, bent or anything like this. I don't want to keep. I don't want to have all of these mechanical parts to go away easily for just somebody who wants a spare crown. because there's solution for crowns. And you have to know that, okay, making new crowns, making new mechanical parts, it wouldn't be difficult to make new crowns, but I guess the price would be quite expensive because of quantities. The club, we would not make 100 of them, obviously. So then the price. So it's a fine balance between having enough parts to make sure that the
Even
next
when
few years.
even with some printers, that 3D printers that we can find now, even with that, no.
I don't know.
No.
My background is like, mechanic, milling machine, and
Oh, but
also 3D
clearly,
printer. I'm not saying I don't want to use 3D printer, but for some parts, yes, no problem. Even parts within the Chrome. But for other, parts,
Yes.
I don't know. Yeah.
we can't use 3D printing for this part. It's need to be done in aluminum. It's a mechanical things with some movement. The 3D print for that will be crazy.
And there's also electric ground, and that there's different technical issues that are important to.
But
Okay.
we will be able to do that because we have the drawings, we have the SolidWorks files.
Yeah, we could, and we're
we're
in
free.
contact with the former
Exactly.
Atom Digital subcontractor. The guys who machined the parts, they were based in Poland, and we know them. We've been in touch with them already.
We talked a lot about the Cantar, but there's also a lot of universe around the Cantar that is the accessories. So we're talking about the Cantar M, the Cantar S, A-box, a lot of things. So what about these ones? They're repairable. There is parts. There is spares.
Yeah, we have spare parts about almost everything, I think. Almost
Mm-hmm.
everything. And if we don't have, we manage to manufacture like the rubber stops on Cantar, Cantar S, and Cantar M. We already do this rubber stop. We manufacture them. We have parts. We have arms for minis, arms for Cantar M. We have many spare parts around the other accessories. There will be a lot, not a lot, but there will be work to do about, an example, the A-box buttons that we have to remanufacture, and we are thinking about that, looking for the best solution and the cheapest solution, because making molds will be really expensive, as you know. So we are thinking, at this time, we are thinking about 3D printing in special technical way to do that, and to manufacture new parts, which we don't have yet.
Okay, now let's talk a little bit about software. What about the software? We talked a lot about hardware. What about the software? What about firmware now? Is it going to be possible to improve something, or can someone answer to this question? I don't know who can ask this question.
Maybe Pascal? I don't know if you want to speak about that.
Yes, so hello. So I am personally, I don't know if everybody know, but I was in charge of software in Atom. I was writing software for the firmware of the Cantar, of course, and also on other equipment. And today, regarding the software, we do not develop new things at that time. We just try to keep it in operational, meaning that keeping the software keeping all the software part operational. It was done around TrackMatch, for example. We publish a new version of TrackMatch for PC, and also we update the server for the license of TrackMatch. And today, in terms of software, I am doing a lot, very often reading and providing meaning of the diagnostic file for Gilles and Frederic. And regarding more generally, I'm providing for all aspects of the software scope, including, for example, new hardware that are completely blank out of factory. They need to be set up in terms of software. But at that time, we did not publish a new firmware. But in case of needs, for example, if a new hardware parts was not compatible with in terms of firmware and needs to be adapted, we are in capacity to do that.
That's important, really important news because if I remember well, I think, Pascal, that 1 year ago we were talking, it was almost impossible to think about doing that, having a new firmware doing that. So now, 1 year after, you say that it might be possible to do it, right?
It, uh, if I may, it seems to me that Pascal is saying we're not, working on a new firmware for the Cantar from the user point of view, but Pascal is able to work on the firmware for in case, in terms of repair, a component that needs to be replaced. It is no longer available. We find another compatible component that does the same thing, but not quite. So Pascal is able to adapt the firmware to make it work. So that's, but as far as adding new functionality to the firmware, introducing, it's not, something we're doing right now. I'm
Maybe
not saying
Pierre,
it's not.
maybe Pierre, in 1 year you're gonna say, yeah, of course.
Possibly. Yeah, of course. And that's what I wanted to say. It's not something we are doing now, but you never know, because again, a year ago, we didn't know we could do what we did. So, or what we've done with, all of us and you
Okay.
and you, all the people here.
Yeah, you have to know that Aton, the code team was almost more than 3 person, and at this day we just have Pascal, which is great, which is great. But Pascal is alone. He has a new job, so working on the firmware is absolutely insane time of time coding. So we don't want to fight with his wife first of all. So you said about new components. Yeah, I had a case on a SRC which was faulty. I had to change it. It was not exactly the same reference, and Pascal had to modify the firmware to do it, to make it work, and to see if the issue was coming from that. So Pascal is a really great help around all this stuff. Making a new new firmware or new feature is going to be really more time consuming and hard to do for now.
Very good. Let's talk a little bit about the international repair centers. 1 year ago, you talked about to be able to find some people all around the world that can take care about the repair centers. So what about now? I don't know who can answer to that.
I don't know, maybe Ryan, you want to say something about it, or?
Yeah, I can cover at least like North America.
Mhm.
Myself, Ryan Peterson, and Devendra Cleary, we have a company called Analog Waves. And we're super fortunate to have Michael Paul have a bench at our shop. Everybody knows Mike from Location Sound, probably one of the most awesome repair technicians for Cantars, and knows the machines in and out. So um, he's actually on the Zoom with us as well. But we have not as many capabilities as they have in France because we don't have the diagnostic machines. But we are repairing machines frequently. We have a stock of parts, some that we had previously from Location Sound, some that we have purchased from Club Cantar. We have been able to repair some critically ill machines as well, with help from Gilles pointing us in the right direction for parts. And if there's something that you need, you don't have to ship it to France necessarily. There are some machines, depending on what the issues, that will have to go back to France, and we work with Club Cantar on that to figure out the best and most economical way for people. And then if we are also helping people with subscriptions, so that way you don't have to deal with the financial transfer of money on your own. We've been handling that for some people. So if you have questions about that, you can reach out to us. We are in Los Angeles. And yeah, it's
And it's
nice to
sunny, and it's
yeah,
sunny.
it is always sunny here.
Thank you very much. Thank you,
Yeah, you're
Ryan.
We've also been in touch with Trodio, mostly in Atlanta, John Hicks, and exchanging technical information and
That's for North America. What about the other part of the world?
About England and about UK, we are discussing right now with many people. We had some people interested, but it did not work. But we are still working on this because we know that transport and insurance is really expensive for now, especially on
Brexit.
outside
Yes,
of the Europe. So we are working on the England issue and looking for somebody to fix the machine in Great Britain.
But we've done repair for people in Taiwan, for people in Italy, quite a lot, Spain, and it's all done at TDM Audio Pro. So
Belgium,
and it works well. I mean, there's just I'm taking care a bit of the custom and stuff like this, but sending equipment overseas, it could be a bit tricky, but it's something I was doing with Aton Digital, so I kind of know how to handle that.
Very good, very good. Well, I think that we can open the Q&A session, if you're okay with that. Thank you very much, actually, for everyone. And yes, let's go for a Q&A question but I have to say that the first thing I have to say is that I do not have the access to see who is gonna ask
So
because I'm not
Richard Lightstone.
Richard is here from Italy. Hi, Richard.
hi, buongiorno or buonasera, depending on where you are.
Buonasera.
I just want to ask, are we going to receive, those who are members of Club Cantar, are we going to receive emails when our subscriptions are due, or is that going to happen?
Yes, most I have a list of all of the subscription and the date when they run out. So basically, most subscription are running out at the end of the month in
Okay.
January.
And-
At least most, I would say maybe 30% of those, and then because when you subscribed at the let's say in January, we decided to end the subscription at the end of the month. So for someone who subscribed 1st of January, his subscription keeps going until the end of January. That's easier for us. So you'll get an email. Very soon. I was thinking about doing this after the meeting. No.
And I have one follow-up. Perhaps on the Club Cantar site, you can list, I don't know if it's there, but the repair centers that are available, like the ones in Los Angeles or Atlanta, and so on, Italy and et cetera. That would be really helpful.
With contact info,
Yeah.
if possible. Yeah.
I love every time I send a newsletter, I've sent them to former Aton dealers just to tease them a little bit, say, hey guys, we're still alive. And I wish some of them, I don't know if some of them are listening to the Zoom, but I wish they would contact us, to be some kind of reference in their own country and talk to us. But we'll see.
So I'll put my email in the chat so that you can have my contact for everybody that needs to have repair done in North America. So.
Okay, we are also.
And what I want to say as far as subscription, we're pretty cool, actually. I mean, let's say that if your subscription ends end of January and on the 15th of February, you haven't renewed, but you said, I'm going to renew it, but I'm working, I'm on a job, fine. I mean, it's not like, the end of the subscription is end of January. And no, I mean, it's some kind of, I don't want to say that, but it's a family. We work together. So it's not, that we're very accommodating, I think.
Okay, we have some written questions on the chat. When will be there A-boxes available again on the mini Cantar? So Pierre?
Me?
Gilles, answer. You have the answer.
Okay, we are working on it. As I
Yeah.
told you a few minutes ago, we are working especially on the buttons because they are customs, as everything on art and word. And we were thinking about making new ones for sure, because we have demands about that. As you may know, manufacturing in small quantities is really more expensive. We are not a gigantic company. We are a small business, and it can be really expensive and make times to do it. So we were thinking about asking you if you are interested in buying iBoxes, probably through an email or something like that, any kind of discussion. But we were thinking about manufacturing, asking you and asking you for pre-orders. Just to know that if we need 30 hay boxes and the 30 will be sold, we can do it. So that's the idea we have for accessories for now. A box will be not easy, but will be doable. Yeah, for sure we can manufacture boxes for sure. Xboxes 8, I mean, not 6. So I think
That's cool. Thank you.
Answering the question, yeah.
Any other questions that someone want to talk? Someone wants to talk?
Yeah, I see that Sylvain is asking, and he did that on the Signal group. Is asking about splitting, I'd say the payment of the subscription, especially for more than one machine. We've done that. I mean, it's feasible. I mean, I would prefer to have everything paid at once if it's possible, but I know that we have many different situations. People work, people don't work, they want to subscribe. So yes, we can accommodate, different.
That would be really fine for me, because in January we have, I don't know if it's somewhere in France or in England, same. I have a lot of costs in January. All my insurance and the tax, and for me it's not a problem to pay my subscription in January. But as I'm in the club with 3 machines, it's a big package also.
Yeah, so we definitely can make different installments because that's the way business should be done.
I would appreciate. Thank you a lot.
You're welcome.
Yes.
Yeah, I've seen in the chat someone talking about new implementation in the software about isotope and this kind of things. That for now it's absolutely unmanageable. So as Pascal have said, new function in the Cantar, it's something that we don't think about. It's too much work, and we will be not able to do it now for sure. That's to answer to this question.
Okay.
Right. I'm just looking for the chat.
Yes.
About the permanent options. For legal reason, we cannot sell the option. This is just for legal reasons. So that's why we decided to put the options for a 1 year loan with the subscription. That's because of that.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I'm looking out also. Okay, Simon. Okay, we're gonna send you an estimate for the iBox 8, right?
No, he said 12. Simon.
No. It was Simon Bishop. Yeah, he was speaking about a concept art idea. But this is not the time to speak about that. It was just a concept art. We are thinking about new machine, not new machine.
There's another question. There's another question on the chat. That is, any updates possible for the Hydra?
I'm receiving. I think you were speaking about the DSR4 from Lectrosonic, which seems to don't work anymore with Hydra. Am I right? I think so.
Broken in question, I guess.
Okay.
Yeah, it was that. But also, if there as other models. Some that don't work anymore, also as new ones have come in that don't.
Okay, we are in touch.
Is that a complex thing to ask for? Is it? I don't know how difficult it is to, if you have a lot of requests for one new model, if there comes to be a new.
You're speaking about new models. Okay, because we are in touch right now with Electrosonics. It seems that the last firmware broke a bit the Hydra system regarding the discussion between the Hydra and the receivers, especially the DSR4. I'm receiving a DSR4 next week, and I'm in touch, and Pascal and I'm in touch with Electrosonic about that. And we're going to find out if there is something broken, and that I think we will be able to fix it if it's not too deep. But we are in touch with Electrosonic about that. Considering new receivers on new brands, on other brands, it's another story. It's a really big job. As you know, Hydra is deeply inside of the Atom firmware, especially with assignation and all this stuff. So we are going to check it out if there is
no worries. I was just wondering about the complexity, so it's okay.
It is complex because it also forces us to have a relation with the manufacturer of the receiver or whatever device you want to connect to. So it's let's say a full-time job. At Aton, I would say 2 people were involved with Hydra at some point. You had Paul, who no longer is with us, and Pascal. And that means having a constant discussion with the, I don't know, electrosonic engineer, Visicom engineer. And so this kind of work is very difficult to do right now. I mean, Pascal has a job. As far as fixing something that, like for the DSR, why not? But for new models, it's, it is difficult. I don't want to give people false hope saying, yeah, we might be. It's I don't know. Pascal,
I totally understand. It was just wondering.
Sure.
Right now, it works fantastic. I'm looking at potentially purchasing a new series and wondering whether new things would have an issue to be compatible. So I like the Hydra functionality is pretty amazing. If you're over the shoulder, it's incredible.
Yeah, there is a question of Mitch Law that seems to be very important. Of course, the price will not change, and the option will be included in the same price. There is no, the price will not rising up because we include the option. That's the same price.
As far as Atomos being involved with new products or whatever, I don't know, you might want to ask them. What I can say that when we thought and when about designing a new ABOX 8, when I say new ABOX 8, the same ABOX 8, but manufacture more of them, we've asked them. We asked Peter Barber, and he said, yeah, go ahead, guys. I mean, you're more than welcome to do that. I mean, the deal with them, and they were a bit afraid of that at the beginning, is that we would do an XCAD 4. And we say, no, we cannot do that. The goal is to support the existing machine. And that's why they gave us the parts. And again, yes, when we say we're considering doing ABOX 8 again, they say, yeah, fine. No problem. So they support us in a way. As far as new product from them, or I don't know. We haven't had any discussion with them.
Okay. Yeah, I can answer to Sylvain. I think, Sylvain, if you use TrackMatch, you can do that. About the A20, maybe you can precise your question?
It was about A20, some devices with compatible CSV.
Yeah, but you don't need that if you use TrackMatch.
I think so.
Now, my question is, if I'm using the A20 in the own record mode, if you use a sound device machine at the end, you can match with the CSV your record on the sound device machine with the record which has been done on the on the transmitter. So at the end, you can add these files and cut the time code to give them to the post-production and convert them in 24-bit with the sound device software. So I tried once to use our Cantar CSV for Cantar sound report.
No. It was... This exists already. This exists already. If you use TrackMatch,
yes,
the software that you can download on the website of Pascal. You ingest in TrackMatch your dev folder, all your file from the transmitter, and
Yes.
TrackMatch will rebuild new track with the transmitter sound, with the sound from the transmitter, and we will rebuild the tech, the track, and everything.
Perfect. So I wasn't aware of this.
I can just add. Hello, did you hear me?
Yeah.
So I can just add that when you take the micro SD from the sound device local recorder, you have to convert to BWF file first using the tool from sound device. If it's not, and after that, you can use a track match to make the match.
Yeah, the A20 is already BWF, but it's 32 floating bit that you should convert to 24.
Yes, you need to convert in the format you are using on your Cantar side.
D'accord, c'est compris. Merci.
We have Sébastien. Sébastien, you have a question. Hello.
Yes, hi everyone. No question really. I just want to thank you for the amazing job you've done and to keep our machine alive and safe. So thank you, Club Cantar. Thank you, Gilles. Thank you, Pascal. Thank you, Pierre. Thank you, Frédéric. Thank you. Go on.
Thank you.
Thank you, Sébastien.
Stefan, just I have to run to another meeting. Thanks for doing this. If anybody have my email in the chat, and then that's the best way to get hold of us. So have a good one, guys.
Thank you.
Thanks,
Thank you, Ryan.
Bye. See ya.
Yeah.
Okay, there is another question about the new line-out board. Is there something we should be concerned about the existing boards? The line-out board is an interface to the external world, and we had issues, especially because of devices in the external world, and especially powered speakers connected to live. And as you may know, sometime on location, the ground is not really good, and it can make some potential difference, some static discharge, something like that, which can come inside the Cantar, because the line out was decoupled of the ground of the Cantar to gain around dBs in noise. It was a choice by Frédéric, and it was to have a better sound, but it can introduce issues which can lead to burning component on the line out board, burning component on the motherboard. That's why we decided to also totally destroying the line out board. So that's why we decided to make new ones with many more protections, and Frédéric is doing that right now. And but I can say that many customers never had an issue with the line out board in years. So it's quite how can I say that, we can live with the old line-out board for all the Cantar life and never had an issue. But what
you think it has something to do with the setup on the cart, or
it may on the setup, it may on a poor device connected to the line-out, like speakers, something like that. It's really hard to know exactly how and why, because everybody is using different things. I saw that Victor is saying to me that would you adding a Jensen transformer isolator between output protect the original board? You can. It's a solution. Why there is no transformer on the line out boards? Because there is 8 outputs, and the line out board with 8 transformers will be like that.
Exactly.
Like that. So it's quite impossible. We'd prefer to add some protections.
Gilles, if you remember, I think there was 2 instances where I had 2 line-out boards that had problems because of this, and then eventually one board managed to repair, the other one was a replacement from the factory that had to be purchased. Pierre, you remember. So the solution that was given at that time was to ground the desub shell.
Correct. Yes.
Right.
That's the first thing to do for everybody. This is it will be my advice. First of all, you can modify your sub-G connector. I mean, you can send me an email. I will explain exactly how to do that. But the idea is connect the box of, I mean, the metal housing,
shell, yeah.
yeah, the metal shell of the sub-G 25 to one pin on the ground on the sub-G.
That's it. Yeah.
On the cable side, I mean, it will absolutely ground everything, and it will certainly avoid some issue like static discharge. Or
yeah, there wasn't a complete solution at that time, but it was just possibly better than not having it. Yeah,
exactly. That's a good solution. I'm gonna write it down. I may make a PDF and put it on the Club Cantar website to explain how to do that easily.
Just a quick question, Gilles. These boards are available or right now or not? It's going to be in 1 month? This is what you told, I think, Pierre, right? In 1 month or 2 months?
No, they're not available right now.
The new ones,
design, everything is ready for them to be manufactured. We've approached the former Atom Digital manufacturer. I'm in discussion with them. Obviously, you know, it was we sent them everything before Christmas. Then you have Christmas, New Year's. It's, you know, takes time. So I said something like a month and a half, 2 months. I hope for that, because that's usually what it takes. But no, they're not available yet.
Okay.
Even though I don't know, Gilles, if we have some in stock or not of the old, you know, from the Atomo stock. I don't remember.
I had two. I had to change one, and I did succeed to manage to repair. Sorry, another one. So I have one left from the Atomo stock. The other one is totally burnt. It's not usable anymore.
But we can fix them too. I mean, it's not
normally we can.
We want to be on the safe.
Yeah, but yeah, exactly. We want to be on the safe space with manufacturing new like that. We have in stock.
Okay. Thank you, Gilles. Do we have any other questions? Any question? No.
I don't see any more in the chat.
Simon, Simon, maybe you should turn on your mic.
Yeah, it's on.
Oh, good.
Yeah, I was just going to suggest that it might be worth, I don't know how complicated this is, if an order is going in for new style line-out boards, then there might be a number of us that just want to order a spare, and that would be a really good time to do it for everybody.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, sure. Especially on this type of manufacturing, that's what we are thinking. I know that you will certainly need it at a time, so it will be available to sell to the subscribers. Yeah.
Okay, nice. Any other question or not? Or maybe we should conclude.
I think so. I don't know.
Vino, yeah.
I just wanted to say it's so great to see all of you, and there's so many wonderful faces here of people whose names I know. The great master from China, Eolu, and all of you. It's just amazing. It's just overwhelming. I only want to see more people here, and somehow it just makes me feel like, whether 800, 900 Cantar X3s that were sold across the world. I don't know. Pierre might know maybe 1,000.
1,000, yeah, is the number.
Yeah. So, why can't we have more people? Are all these people who are not here, are they willing to live with their machines in a precarious condition where they might not get any support from the factory anymore? It's amazing, because I was a dealer in India, and there were I think 14 machines, including mine, in India, and I spoke to all of them. And they've not really come back to me and said that, yeah, we want to, join the club or anything. So I'm just wondering why we can't.
it's tricky for me. There's different economic situation, there's people who can afford to pay, and some people who will wait for the machine to break down before they call us. So rest reassured that if somebody does that, they pay the subscription before we do anything on their machine. But we can't force people to subscribe. But
No, of course not.
definitely,
No.
but definitely, when somebody call us and say my machine broke down, can I ship it to you? We're like, are you a member? We know he's not usually, or she is not, and so they quickly understand that they have to subscribe. I don't see, otherwise they don't. And they try to find other way to have their machine fixed. But at the end, it all comes back to Gilles. So yeah, again, we are flexible, and I can understand if somebody waits for his machine or her machine to break down before subscribing. It's okay as long as they subscribe. No.
Yeah, I mean, I was just thinking maybe you want to put out a mail to people and ask them what is it that is keeping them from subscription. Is it the cost, or is it would it be possible for people to think of subscribing if the subscription cost was not 500 euros but lesser? Maybe,
I guess, yes, if you lower the price, you would have more people to subscribe, but you would have less money. And at the end, we need the amount of money to do the boards. I don't know, but if you all believe that it's too expensive, let's talk about it as well. For me,
I was just thinking maybe, if you have, say, 500 people paying 200 euros each, as against 150 people paying 500 euros, it's simple arithmetic, that it just makes the machine also more alive across the world, and just, not just a handful of people still able to use the machine and continue to.
I'm not sure if that you would get more people, obviously, honestly.
I don't know. I'm just asking,
Yeah, but I'm not certain of that. There's a lot of people who didn't work last year, and some people, as soon as they get a job, then they're willing to subscribe.
Exactly.
There's many reasons why people don't want to subscribe, and obviously you have people who don't want to subscribe because they say, "What the hell? I'll wait for the machine to break down and then I'll subscribe or not." I don't have an answer to that.
Like me.
Like you, possibly, yeah.
No, I'm just joking. But
but
I've been fixing machines out here, and Gilles knows, and if it comes down to something like an issue which is unsurmountable and you can't do anything about it, then of course I need to get Pascal's help and Frédéric's help. Then it's very simple, and it's a very clear path ahead, to achieve that. So
we have some few questions in the chat.
Yeah, you have some question.
Yeah, about X2.
Yes.
I'm able to fix X2, and especially with the help of Frédéric, which gave me many parts. They did success to save from the trash from Aton in Grenoble. So we have a few parts for X2, so I'm able to fix X2 too.
And no subscription.
That's not linked with the Club Cantar.
Exactly.
Something different. It's something with Gilles and his company. You don't need to be a Club Cantar member to ask maintenance or repair on your X2.
Exactly. We have also Volker's argument, which is saying, are you in contact with Peter Barber concerning your machines? Yes, we are in contact with Peter. The deal, as they own the brand Aton Digital, is for the Club Cantar to not make new machines. Accessories is okay, but not new machine. That's the deal. I also saw another one.
Do you sell colored faders?
That's something.
We have a few
that's
of
a
them,
point.
That's a tricky question.
That's a big point, because there is oh, I forgot the English word. There is a brevet.
Patent.
Yeah, the patents.
Yeah.
There is a patent
Patent.
on the cursors, and somebody owns this patent. Somebody. So we are thinking about this for many months now. We have maybe something to do with that. Asking him to use this patent, or I don't know, something like that. We're going to see. We had to do that because we are low in stock, and we know that you really need these parts. So
I mean, what if I design a colored fader that does the job, but that doesn't look exactly like the Cantar fader?
That's not the point. Do you know what's inside a fader?
The patent is on the magnets.
Exactly.
Is on the tech inside.
Yeah, there is parts inside. There is parts inside.
On the cap, you mean? Inside
in
the cap.
In the cap, there is parts. Yeah.
So you could make a different shape fader, then you would still be infringing the patents.
Yeah, exactly. So we are solving legal issues for now for that, but we know that we have to do that.
But it's on our mind. I mean, because definitely it's a request we have, and we're very low on faders. So
yeah,
we search some solution.
Exactly.
Good.
Do you think it might help?
The same question about the cap of the A box, colored cap, that we work on that too.
But there's no patent.
For that there's no patent. It's more a question of more
the
manufacturing cost and all that.
It's going to be easier. Yeah.
I think that it might help in any way if we wrote from the users to whoever is the mysterious owner of the patent. I mean, if
it's not so mysterious.
If 400 people sign a letter saying, "Sorry, your company went bust, but what can we do?" Might that have more weight than just the Cantar Club saying we'd like to sell faders?
I'm writing down right now. Simon, I'm writing down, and I will keep the ID. I will keep the ID for sure.
Yeah. But we've known this
just
mysterious
be aware
person.
and sure that we work on that very, very hard because we know that it's an issue and then we need to find a solution for that.
Exactly.
And we're not going to be using them for commercial purposes. It's really just to maintain their product that we already own.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah,
of course.
We are okay to pay this guy a part of the money if we are making that and selling that. We are okay, but I don't think it will be. Okay.
Yeah, we are ready to pay a license for sure.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah,
we'll see.
It's not about the money,
as always.
Oh wait, Josh Duncan put a very good question, and I have a follow-on question with that, which is he's saying, why don't we just, since we have everyone has a giant pile of purple faders, why don't we just make new colored textured rubber grips that we can glue on to make them colored with the purple ring on the outside?
But colored rubber is difficult to do.
Oh yeah, I was looking for that for many months. For now, colored rubber is really hard to find.
Damn.
And you need molds to make that because it's pressure injecting, and molds is really expensive. A mold.
Okay, the second question I have, and this is a problem I have. I don't know if anyone else has this problem, but is that what is the glue that you use to attach the rubber to the faders? Because mine come off, and I can't glue them back on so they stay. They keep coming off.
It was a bad one. It was a really bad one.
Yeah, it's tricky. Sure. We had some special Loctite, like crazy glue, but made for rubber. It's a black crazy glue that doesn't. I'm not saying it stay flexible, but it's not like regular crazy glue where your rubber becomes very hard if you glue something with it. So with I don't know. I can send you the reference for the glue if I find it, but. Yeah, that's pretty much.
If you find that glue and put a reference up to Cantar, I think that's probably a lot of people have that issue. The funny thing is, some stay down all the time, but if just a little corner starts to come up, it's through. Within a week, it's off.
Okay, what if I make the faders fine, and then I get a legal notice? Are you guys willing to support me? I'll make the fader.
Oh, yeah. Let's chat about that.
I'll make the fader. I'm in India. I'll make the fader. I'm not in the European Union, so I don't care.
I can show you. We worked on that. I tried to print in I cannot remember the
TUP.
TUP. Yeah, that's right. TPU.
TPU. Yeah.
So it works okay. It works okay. But in color, almost impossible.
No way.
Yeah.
Look, but it's not the TPU. I'm saying if I make a fader in 10 different colors and it works on the Cantar X3, right? That's all we're looking at. It doesn't matter. It doesn't need to look like the old fader or anything of that sort.
Yeah, but it's quite hard part to manufacture because there is magnets, there is many things inside, and to constrain the magnetic field, and the dimensions are critical. Really, I mean, 1/10 of millimeter is critical for this part.
Nothing really that can't be done on a CNC. Gilles, you know that.
Yeah.
I mean.
Yeah.
Well, let's see. I mean, I'm just saying that we shouldn't be bogged down by such a small little thing that I think like a lot of people are having trouble with this. So it's kind of absurd, that we have to find ourselves stuck because of this.
Yeah, but if it was easy to do, it will be done. Believe me.
Exactly.
It's very complex. There is a piece of plastic, but it's not. There is a part of metal inside that's extremely precise. This should be injected in the mold with the plastic and the metallic part in the same time. Not everyone can do that. It's a complex part. It's look very simple, very stupid, but it's not. Otherwise, believe me, it will be done, and we have thousands in stock.
There's also the legal revision, the patents on this side.
And then the patent. The patent make us in some difficulty because if we ask to a manufacturer, he will ask to be safe about the patent. So that's a big break for him. He don't want to do it because he will be in the situation or he betrayed the patent. So that's one of the problem. And the other problem is we can't do it easily without to follow exactly the technical spec of this part, even if it looks so simple.
Yeah, that's it.
Well resumed, summarized.
Exactly.
Very good.
I think I read all the questions on the chat.
Yes, absolutely. Do you guys have any other questions? It's time now. Otherwise, we can see you in 1 year, maybe.
Yeah,
I think we should have. I think we should have more of these.
Are you?
I just was quite impressed when I was on the IBC at Atomos. Peter came up to me and he had his X3 there on his booth, on the Atomos booth, and it was quite a nice talk to him. And he said they are going to produce the housing again in Taiwan for the Cantar, but they had various plans, he said, for a new machine. And so that's why my question arose, whether you're in contact with him concerning that. I mean, we are in Hamburg, we are very much willing to support all the community with Cantar as former distribution in Germany and Austria. And yeah, we would all helping hands to make this happen as last year as well, So this is what for me was quite astonishing to see. First of all, the X3 on the Atomos booth, and the other thing was Peter approaching me saying, "Look, what can we do in the future?"
Okay.
Do you the real question is, Gilles, do you guys have some interaction with Atomos actually? Do you have discussion? Do you have something since 1 year?
Yeah, we had few discussion this year. He called me when it was when he was in NAB, just asking me if I was there. Um, and after NAB, we don't chat anymore because he's a really busy guy for sure. But the last time he told me, he just said me again that we can have his trust, and that's all. That's all. But we decided with Pierre a few days ago that we have to chat a little with Peter once again around the future of
Actually, I had sent him a message asking him if he wanted to be part of the Zoom,
Yeah.
today's Zoom, and he said yes. But again, I guess he's quite busy, and but yeah, we invited him. I think we'll see.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
But
Yeah,
Okay.
but we are independent, and but we
yeah,
keep in
that's
touch
good.
with them. But we are doing something very different than what they want to do. So
Definitely. Oh, yes.
Exactly.
But still, there might be also be the possibility to, put something together in for the advantage of everyone.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
yeah. I mean, of
But
course, I guess if he ask thing or want to collaborate or a few things,
yeah,
we will be open. It's not even we talked to them when for example, when we decided we understood that the A box will be necessary to redo some A box. We have a chat with him because that was a tricky part. It was doing new parts, even if it's redo something existing. So, but we are in a trust relation with Atomos. So, and it's in the both ways. So if they really want to do something and want to have our support to do a new part or a new recorder, I guess they will have it.
and I think we can thank them for the parts and
Of course.
for the support, but also I would say they could thank us for keeping the community alive. Because if they want to do an X4, then the community still exists. You know what I mean?
Yes.
And that's
Exactly.
for me what we bring them somehow. I mean, to keep the community alive and the Cantar recorders alive, and it's good for whoever what will come after. You know, yeah. So it's a given. It's not you know. But thanks to Atomos, definitely.
Yeah,
And thanks for talking. I mean, they're very open, and Peter is a great guy for that.
yeah, the two milestones from this year were the gift from Atomos for sure, and also the final closure of Atom Digital, which can let us do what we want to do without any legal issues upon us. So it was the two milestone of this year.
Very good. Very good.
As a community, ever thank Atomos properly? I mean, I'm sure you guys in the
I'm not certain. I make sure that every time in every newsletter I mention Atomos and kind of thank them for what they did for us. But as a community, I don't know if you know.
I mean, if one of us, I would happily do it. It doesn't matter who, but if someone perhaps put the words together, and if anyone that wants to sign it signs it, I wonder whether, just in terms of a nice thing to receive for them, they did a good thing. I mean, they did the right thing in the end. They did a good thing, and maybe we as users, it costs us nothing to say thank you.
Yeah, you can do that on social media and all this stuff, or by direct link. You can do that. They will be pleased for sure.
Yes.
Okay, guys.
Any other question? Finished? Done?
I think so.
Good. Thank you. Thank you so much. So as you can see, guys, the Club Cantar is only growing and stronger, So new parts, manufacturing, we can now repair almost everything on your recorder, possible production, new accessories, expansion of the international center, hope, and maybe remanufacturing some of the accessories like the A box. So the future of the Cantar Club will be built with you guys soon. And thank you to all of you. Thank you to all the people, Pierre, Frédéric, Gilles, Yves-Marie. We have a great people here. Thank you to the community, and I hope to see you soon then.
Thank you all. Thank you all, guys.
Thanks so much for all the work you guys have done. Really.
Who is
Thank you.
talking?
Oh, wait, this is. No, unmute. There I am. Yes, thanks so much for all the work you guys have done.
Thanks.
It's amazing.
Thank you
Really,
too.
You
been a
welcome.
lifesaver for us.
Okay. Okay, guys, we're gonna
Bye-bye.
end up this, and I will remind you that this Zoom meeting will be available in a few on YouTube.
Good.
Okay. Okay. So thanks a lot for coming, and thanks a lot for your support, as always.
Merci.
Thank you.
Thank you. Bye
Bye,
bye. See you all.
everybody. Bye, everybody, and thank you.
Bye bye.
Bye. See you all. Bye.